I get it. Surface Shield. We're gonna test it out. Is it really as good as you guys think it is? I'd be willing to argue that Fluid Film and Surface Shield are the most popular undercoating products on the market today. 2 years ago, I posted a review video on Fluid Film, and I got an overwhelming number of comments on that video stating how Surface Shield is a better product and how it will last twice as long as Fluid Film. Now, Fluid Film on their website guarantees their product to protect for 1 year, whereas Surface Shield guarantees their product to protect for 2 years. Now, the problem I have with this is Surface Shield came out in 2021. That was the same exact year that I came out with this video. So there really hadn't been any time for anybody to actually test this and guarantee that this product will last for those 2 years. So rather than base my opinion off of the comments I was receiving and the few amount of review videos out there, I decided to create an experiment where I tested both of these products over the course of a 2-year period. Now we'll get into the details of that, but first let's talk about these products and compare and contrast them. Both of these products are lanolin based, and lanolin is just a waxy substance found in sheep's wool. It helps them shed the water off themselves. Now the way they extract this grease from the wool is using centrifuge separators. So they'll wash the wool in really hot water, then they'll spin it up real fast and it just extracts that grease. So despite it having an oily feel to it, it is not a petroleum-based product. Both of these products have an indefinite life expectancy in their non-aerosol form, and then it's just the life expectancy of that aerosol can otherwise. And Fluid Film came out in the 1940s, so it's been around a long time, very proven. And Surface Shield, like I said, came out in 2021. All right, so on to the experiment. In order to get down to the bottom of this, we're gonna need a piece of sheet metal in which we will be making 2 identical pieces out of. One of those pieces will get sprayed with Fluid Film, the other with Surface Shield. Those 2 pieces will be placed on the bottom of my Jeep. We'll then analyze the results with science and we'll deem a winner. That's a podium. Now that I have my 2 identical plates made, I'm going to be drilling a little hole in the top of each of them, and then I'll be drilling some holes in the center of them, and that'll just give it some more surface area for these plates to rust. Both of these plates have been prepped the exact same way. I grinded and sanded off any sort of protective coatings that were on them, and that'll just ensure that these start rusting as soon as possible. If I were to throw them under the Jeep right this minute, they would start rusting tonight. And that'll just really speed up the process and give us a good idea of how well those products work. I'm also going to be applying some of this pre-paint prep, and that'll just ensure that my fingerprints or any sort of oil that is still on them has been removed. In order to keep things consistent, I will be applying both of these products out of aerosol cans. I'm gonna hang them up, apply even coats on both sides, and I even engraved the name of each product into these plates, and that way no one can accuse me of switching these plates around and saying that one product is better than the other. In order to attach these plates to the bottom of the Jeep, I'm using these stacks of magnets. I'll be putting 4 of them, 1 stack on each corner, and then I'll be attaching that to the Jeep. And there we have it. Both of these plates have been put in the exact same location. It's right behind the passenger front tire. So both of them will be exposed to the exact same road conditions. Now it's just a waiting game. Let's see how they hold up. Just left the plates on the bottom of my Jeep, and I didn't touch them for 2 years. So they went through 2 full seasons, and they went through 2 winters, which is the especially hard seasons on them. So let's go ahead and see how the plates look today. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with the Fluid Film plate. It's pretty dirty. Don't see any rust on it to talk about. The front of it has definitely collected more dirt than the rear, and it still has that nice oily substance to it. It definitely still feels a little bit oily, but I would say that this is, for the most part, pretty dry. And then on the back, it's actually somewhat wet. Definitely still oily back there. And now for the Surface Shield plate. It is a lot darker. It picked up a lot more dirt than the fluid film did. And it's hard to tell, but I do not see any sort of rust on it. And it does pick up a lot more of the bigger debris. I didn't see like all these little pine needles and stuff on that fluid film plate, but no sort of rust to talk about. Yeah, I'd say the Surface Shield is pretty interesting on the front. It's like a very hard coating, very hard to remove. I guess that's where that dirt's adhered. And then on the back, it's almost the complete opposite, where it's still very liquidy and very like oily. So here's a little side-by-side comparison of both of the plates. This is fluid film on the left, Surface Shield on the right. And this was the side that was facing the outside of the vehicle. And then here's the back side, the side that was facing the inside towards the frame. So this wasn't exposed to the dirt and water that the outside would have been. Let's go ahead and get these cleaned up and see what they look like underneath. Here is the fluid film plate. Looks very good in the front. No rust anywhere on it. And then on the back, where I placed one of the magnets, there is a slight bit of rust right there, but very minor. And I think fluid film overall performed very well. Now the Surface Shield plate looks identical to the fluid film plate. Absolutely no rust on the front of the plate to speak of. And then pretty similar in the back. You have a little bit of discoloration under there. It doesn't look like a rust. It's not like orange or anything, but then you have two very minor spots of orange rust over there. But overall, both of these products held up extremely well. We'll go ahead and look at the edges of these plates. Fluid film is going to be on the left and Surface Shield will be on the right. The Surface Shield plate does have a little bit of rust on the edge of it here. Fluid film looks pretty good. Top of the plates look excellent. Side of the plate, a little bit of rust right there on the Surface Shield plate. And then on the bottom, both of the bottoms look very good. So I think fluid film did perform a little better on that very edge. But honestly, it could have been the way I sprayed it. There could have been a lot of factors that went into that. Alrighty guys, there you have it. So after 2 years, both of these products are identical in my opinion. So hate to break it to you, pick one and throw it underneath your car. It really doesn't matter. Whichever one's cheaper in my opinion, that's what I would go with. I would have no problem putting either of these products underneath my vehicle. But with that being said, if you're going to be using aerosol cans, do not buy Surface Shield. You can look at their own website. You can look at Amazon reviews. There's countless reviews saying that those cans clog, so you're not going to be able to get that full product out, and you're just going to be wasting your money. So if you're going with aerosol cans, go with fluid film for now until Surface Shield can get this problem addressed. But otherwise, pick whatever's cheaper. And for me, in my area, that happens to be fluid film right now. So I'm going to keep using fluid film, but convince me otherwise. See you on the next one. Oh crap, I forgot to hit record. Try that again.